laughed at electric bikes. We called them broken blenders, but the laughing stops now. In 2026, these battery-powered monsters are here to rip your arms off. We found the top 12 electric motorcycles that force us to swallow our pride. We are about to reveal their insane specs and their flaws. All you need to know before trading in your carburetor. Are you ready to meet the silent killers changing the game? Well then, let's get into it. Number 12, Kawasaki Ninja E1. We start our countdown with a bike that proves the legacy manufacturers are absolutely terrified of electricity. Kawasaki looked at their legendary Ninja brand, a name synonymous with speed and performance for 40 years, and decided to give us this. It looks like a Ninja 400. It handles like a Ninja. It has the aggressive fairings and the sporty stance. It produces a continuous 5 kilowatts of power. To put that in perspective, your lawnmower might be more powerful. It features a temporary e-boost function that bumps it to 9 kilowatts for 15 seconds, which gives you roughly 12 horsepower. It carries 2 removable lithium-ion batteries that weigh 25 pounds each. This sounds convenient in theory. You can carry them into your apartment to charge. But in reality, you are lugging 50 pounds of batteries around like a glorified weightlifting session. You are looking at a real-world range of 41 miles. And that is if you ride like a grandma going downhill with a tailwind. If you actually use the boost button to try and pass a car, or if you encounter a hill, that range evaporates instantly. You might not even make it to the grocery store and back without range anxiety setting in. The flaw here is obvious. It is slow, painfully slow. It tops out at 62 miles per hour in normal mode. On a highway, a heavily loaded semi-truck will pass you while you are tucked in, praying for more speed. Kawasaki built a 125 cubic centimeter equivalent bike, gave it a legendary name, and hoped we wouldn't notice the lack of performance. It is a commuter appliance disguised as a sport bike, designed for the person who wants to look fast while going very, very slow. It even has a walk mode to help you park, which is the most excitement you might have on this machine. But if you think that is slow and weird, wait until you see the next bike. It is a cry for help designed for the TikTok generation who have never touched a clutch lever in their lives. Number 11, BMW CE02. BMW calls this the e-parkourer. We call it confusing. It is designed to appeal to the youth who have never ridden a motorcycle before and probably never will again. It looks like a skateboard mated with a Honda Grom in a dark alley. It has fat balloon-like tires, a flat seat that looks like an ironing board. It makes 15 horsepower, which is decent for a city runabout, but the electric motor gives it a massive torque figure of 41 foot-pounds. This makes it incredibly punchy off the line, launching you across intersections before cars can even react. It weighs nearly 300 pounds, which is shockingly heavy for something this small. It claims 56 miles of range. Again, this is strictly an urban toy. Do not try to leave the city limits because you will be stranded on the side of the road looking for an outlet behind a gas station. The biggest issue here is the price. It is offensive. They want nearly $8,000 for a scooter with no storage space. The seat is a flat plank of wood that hates your spine, and there is nowhere to put a passenger unless they are the size of a backpack. It features a Highline package that adds a phone mount and heated grips, pushing the price even higher into legitimate motorcycle territory. It is built for the urban hipster who thinks charging infrastructure is just finding a wall outlet at a coffee shop while they upload videos of their parkour commute. So folks, if you're still here, we have a long way to go. Brace yourselves. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's go. The BMW is weird and overpriced, but our next entry looks like it came in a flat pack box from Sweden and requires an engineering degree to understand. Number 10, Kalk AND. This bike looks like it came from IKEA. It is Swedish, it is white, it is minimal. It looks like you have to assemble it yourself with an Allen wrench on a Saturday afternoon. But despite looking like a toy made of erector sets, it is actually a serious piece of engineering. It uses an aluminum extruded frame that is a work of art. It weighs a featherlight 174 pounds. It makes roughly 13 horsepower, but with 280 Newton meters of torque at the wheel. That torque to weight ratio makes it a wheelie machine that can flip you over backwards if you aren't careful with the throttle mapping. It offers about 53 miles of mixed riding. It is designed for tight trails and city streets, not the open highway. The suspension is top tier, featuring Öhlins air forks that are fully adjustable, giving it legitimate off-road credibility. However, it feels fragile. It is so light and minimal that you feel like one bad pothole or one hard landing will snap it in half. And the charging? It has had reports of connectors melting if you aren't careful, and the battery removal process is clunky. Plus, for $12,000, you expect more than a bicycle frame with a battery and some gold suspension bits. It is strictly for the minimalist who values design over utility and wants a bike that looks good parked in a modern art gallery. But if you want something that actually looks like a motorcycle and functions like one, you need to see what the Americans are doing with their batteries. My only ever complaint about electric bikes is the sound. We just have to imagine it ourselves. Zoom, zoom, zip, grrr. I'll have to work on that. Made you smile? Click like. Made you frown? Click subscribe. Number 9, Zero DSX. Zero is the Tesla of motorcycles. They have been doing this longer than anyone in the modern era. The DSX is their flagship adventure bike. It looks like a normal motorcycle. It feels like a normal motorcycle. It is the sensible choice for the rational buyer. It makes 68 horsepower and 97 foot-pounds of torque. It will hit 100 miles per hour effortlessly using a belt drive, which is silent and smooth but terrible for off-road rocks that can snap it instantly, leaving you stranded in the dirt. This is where it gets interesting. It claims a city range of 180 miles using its Z-Force lithium-ion battery pack. But on the highway, expect that to drop to less than 100 miles if you are pushing wind. Aerodynamics are the enemy of batteries, and this bike is tall and wide. It is competent, smooth, and reliable, running on the proprietary Cypher 3 Plus operating system, but it feels like riding a refrigerator. It lacks the drama and engagement of a gas bike. And the charging speed? Unless you pay extra for the rapid charger or the charge tank accessory, you are going to be sitting at a plug for hours waiting for electrons to flow. It is an appliance for the commuter who wants to save money on gas and doesn't care about emotional connection or engine noise. The Zero is practical and boring, but our next bike is trying to bring tech-heavy luxury and huge screens to the electric market. Number 8, Can-Am Pulse. Can-Am is back on 2 wheels. They left the motorcycle game decades ago to make snowmobiles and 3-wheelers like the Spider, but they have returned with an impressive electric lineup. The Pulse is their naked commuter, designed to dominate the city streets. It uses a Rotax e-Power motor, making 47 horsepower. It features a massive 10-inch touchscreen display with Apple CarPlay integration that is nicer than the one in your car. It uses an enclosed chain drive inside the single-sided swing arm, which keeps the chain lubricated and silent, drastically reducing maintenance. They are claiming around 80 to 100 miles of city range. It uses a liquid-cooled battery system to prevent overheating, which is a common issue with air-cooled electrics like the Zero when ridden hard. However, it is stuck in the middleweight trap. It isn't fast enough to be a true thrill machine for experienced riders, but it is too expensive to be a budget commuter for beginners. It sits in an awkward, uncanny valley where it doesn't quite excel at anything except looking futuristic and having a great. It is built for the tech lover who wants to check their GPS and listen to Spotify while silently gliding to work. Can-Am is new to the electric game, but our next bike comes from the oldest name in American motorcycles, trying to reinvent itself. Number 7, LiveWire S2 Delmare. This is Harley-Davidson's cool younger cousin. They spun off LiveWire into its own brand because the old bearded guys at Harley dealerships hated electric bikes and refused to sell them. The Delmare is a flat-track-inspired ripper built on the Aero architecture, where the battery box acts as the mainframe of the bike. It makes 84 horsepower and 194 foot-pounds of torque. It does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. It is genuinely fast and aggressive. It weighs 436 pounds, which is heavy compared to a gas bike, but light for a high-performance electric. It claims 113 miles of city range, but on the highway, you are lucky to get 70 miles before the battery gauge turns red. The wind eats the battery alive because it has zero aerodynamics. The real issue has been the software. Early models have been plagued with glitches, bikes shutting down while riding, screens freezing and needing a hard reset. It is a rolling computer, and like all computers, it crashes. Also, the Harley price tag is still there, even if the badge isn't. It is expensive for what you get. It is for the urban hooligan who wants to beat Corvettes from stoplight to stoplight and look good doing it. This next bike literally has no rear hub. It looks like magic. You have to see it to believe it because your brain will struggle to understand how it moves. Number 6, Verge TS Ultra. This bike comes from Finland, and it looks like it fell out of the Tron movie. Look closely at the rear wheel. There is no hub, there are no spokes. The motor is integrated into the rim of the wheel itself. It is a hubless design that creates a hollow center you can stick your arm through. This is where the numbers get stupid. It claims 1,200 Newton meters of torque. 1,200. It makes 201 horsepower. It does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, launching with the force of a roller coaster. They claim up to 233 miles of range thanks to a massive battery pack located low in the frame. And it has DC fast charging that can top it up in 35 minutes using the Tesla connector standard. But the rear wheel is heavy. Putting the motor in the wheel increases unsprung weight dramatically. This means the suspension has a hard time reacting to bumps because the wheel is so heavy. It handles weirdly. It feels gyroscopic, resisting your attempts to lean it over. Also, if you hit a pothole and dent that rim, you are replacing the entire engine, which will cost a fortune. It is strictly for the millionaire who wants the weirdest thing in the parking lot to show off at the cafe. The Verge is bizarre, but our next bike is actively destroying the motocross industry and making four-strokes look obsolete. Number 5. Stark Varg. This is the bike that is terrifying the motocross industry. Varg means wolf in Swedish, and it is hunting gas bikes on tracks all over the world. It is the first electric dirt bike that is arguably better than a 450 four-stroke. It makes 80 horsepower. That is 20 more than a standard 450 dirt bike. You can tune the power curve with a phone app. You can make it feel like a 125 two-stroke or a 450 four-stroke just by sliding a bar on the screen. It weighs 250 pounds, which is competitive with gas bikes. It will run for up to 6 hours on trails at a moderate pace or a full moto heat at race pace. But it has a weakness. It overheats. If you run it at full power on a deep sand track in the summer, the battery protection kicks in and slows you down to save the system. Also, there have been reports of the powertrain housing cracking under extreme abuse from massive jumps. It is a first-generation product, and you are the beta tester. It is perfect for the dirt rider who got their local tracks shut down because of noise complaints. This bike is silent, so you can ride it in your backyard without the neighbors calling the cops. Dirt is fun, but speed is better. This next bike holds the land speed record and looks like a missile. Number 4. Lightning Strike Carbon. Lightning holds the land speed record for electric motorcycles. They built a bike that does 218 miles per hour on the Bonneville Salt Flats. The Strike is their attempt to make a bike for normal humans that brings that pedigree to the street. It produces 142 horsepower. It has a top speed of 150 miles per hour. It is fully fair-ed and extremely aerodynamic, designed to slice through the air to maximize range. It claims a highway range of roughly 100 miles if you behave yourself, which is hard to do with this much power. It charges incredibly fast if you can find a compatible charger. The problem? Vaporware. The company has a history of announcing things and then delaying them for years. Actually buying one and getting it delivered can be a nightmare of emails and missed deadlines. Customer support is practically non-existent compared to a brand like Honda. You are on your own if something breaks. It is for the gambler who wants record-breaking pedigree and doesn't mind waiting years to get it. We are entering the top 3. These are the heavy hitters, the bikes that might actually convince a gas lover to switch sides. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see the future of speed without the emissions. Number 3. Energica Eva Ribelle RS. This is the Italian missile. While everyone else is making toys, Energica is making weapons. They supplied the bikes for the Moto E racing series for years. They know performance. It makes 171 horsepower. It produces 159 foot-pounds of torque. The acceleration is violent. It whines like a jet turbine taking off. It hits 125 miles per hour limited, but it gets there instantly. It has the biggest battery in the game at 21.5 kilowatt hours. It can do 261 miles in the city. Highway range is decent at around 120 miles. However, it is heavy. It weighs 585 pounds. That is massive for a naked sport bike. You feel it in the corners. It takes muscle to turn and wrestle it down to the apex. And the price? It is nearly $30,000. It uses an oil-cooled motor, which is unique and heavy. It is a rich man's toy for the rider who wants to humiliate Ferraris on the highway on-ramp and doesn't care about the weight penalty. That bike is heavy, but our next contender solves the biggest problem with electrics: boredom. Number 2, Can-Am Origin. Wait, Can-Am again? Yes, because this bike is different. The Origin is an electric dual sport that looks like it belongs on the moon. It uses the same 47 horsepower motor as the Pulse, but it is put into a chassis with massive ground clearance and long travel KYB suspension. It has a single-sided swing arm that encloses the chain drive, protecting it from mud and rocks while keeping the look incredibly clean. Off-road, range is tricky, but the regenerative braking helps recharge the battery as you go downhill, extending your ride. It is designed for adventure, but clearly not cross-country adventure. The flaw is range anxiety in the woods. Running out of battery in the city is annoying. Running out of battery 20 miles into a forest trail is dangerous. You cannot carry a spare can of gas. Once it dies, you are walking. It is for the adventurer who wants to explore nature without polluting it with noise and exhaust. It is the ultimate stealth exploration vehicle, allowing you to see animals that would normally run away from a loud engine. And finally, the #1 electric motorcycle of 2026, the bike that promises to change everything. #1, Damon Hypersport. This is it. It promises the world. If it actually delivers, it makes every gas bike obsolete overnight. It is a shapeshifter. It claims 200 horsepower. It claims a top speed of 200 miles per hour. It claims a range of 200 miles. The 200 holy trinity of electric performance. But the real trick is the ergonomics. With the push of a button, the handlebars and foot pegs move electrically. You can switch from a hunched-over track position to an upright commuter position while riding. It transforms beneath you. It also features a co-pilot, 360-degree radar system that vibrates the handlebars to warn you of blind spot dangers. If the 200-mile range is real, it solves the biggest issue with electric bikes. You could actually do a Sunday group ride without panic attacks. The flaw? Is it real? We have seen prototypes. We have seen demos. But mass production has been delayed and delayed. It is expensive, complicated, and unproven. If the electronic shifting mechanism breaks, you are stuck in a weird yoga pose forever. It is for the futurist, the person who wants the absolute bleeding edge of technology. If this bike works, gasoline is dead. Are you more into real motorcycles? Click on the next video and roar with us. Click like and subscribe in order to join our tribe.